Shemai everybody, this is certainly GTA the wrong way because today we're going to be meeting the modders, part 2. Yes, there's snow out there, that is a sure sign that there is a modder, unless it's Christmas Day. And then we get to even worse. We get the old green screen, the green skies. How did they do that? Aren't they awesome, these modders? Nah. So I'm going to show you a bit of a mix of modder behavior. Some of it's good, some of it bad, you know. Overall, I do think they tend to ruin the game and crash sessions and stop people from playing the game. But some people, some of the modders do tend to behave themselves. And I thought these guys were the modders, so I shot them. And I realised that they were not the modders because they died. So who are the modders then? Well, another way of spotting them is by their invulnerability. How many headshots is that? And I have not succeeded yet. And he threw a lot of bombs, but didn't seem to hit me. I survived that one. And here's another one. I'm reversing into this young lady. Very strange. Oh, the invite to the apartment. Now this is the best one ever because normally what happens is you get invited and then you get chucked out and you come out the front of the apartment and people blow the hell out of you to get multi-kill, to kill everybody in the session. But in this case, they've invited everyone to an apartment, which is pretty cool. It's out over the sea, and I seem to be in this car, but I can't seem to drive away. But it's all pretty positive. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that unless you're trying to do a mission and it completely ruins it. Trying to do a cell or something. Yeah, I mean, they can ruin stuff for sure. It's bad behavior, no doubt about it. And then the cages come out. So another thing about the modders as well is they can also invite you to the good old islands, can't they? So we're enjoying ourselves. Oh, there we go. A bit of a bomb there, just to remind you that you're not safe. But they also invite you to the islands, the Cayo Perico Islands of El Rubs, just for anybody who is too poor to get there or too not bothered to do the old English Dave's missions. So here we are on Cayo Perico. This can go one of a few ways, really, and often it's just a case of having a party. The modders just want to invite you to have a party with them because they don't have a great deal of friends, so they want to impress you, and they're just looking to, I don't know, suck you off in a way. But yeah, but this is what happened during this one. A plane falling through the sky, and I get put in a cage. Actually, one of the better cages that I've been in. I've been in the rusty cages, and they are nasty as. And that can happen in session as well. I didn't have any videos of that to wang in this one, but there's a nice cage example for you anyway. Platinum cage, I think that is. And then you fall out of the sky and you wake up and you think, was it all a dream? Oh, look at this, the animation from KO Perico. Remember that? Awesome. But yeah, you wake up and wonder, was it all a dream? After a bit of black screen of doom, of course. Wake up on the beach, bit hungover. Yeah, it's terrible. Not ideal. So what else do they do? They make weird weapons and that. There's all sorts of business of that. Um, But I just got back into the session, I was okay. LSIA, now that is the place to go for modders. Here are a couple of guys, and I'm shooting them up, and they are in God mode, and they have like machine gun cannon, isn't it that? Like machine gun explosive rounds. Yeah, you just know that you're not going to win guys like that, because one, you can't kill them, and I don't think I could even blow up their cars. So that's what happens. In fairness, I went and engaged them in this occasion. They didn't attack me whatsoever. I just wanted to know what the modders were up to and go and make sure they're not doing any money drops, which they weren't. They were well-behaved modders in this occasion. So, you know, it's all an equal outcome. Nobody gets hurt. Those are good ones. So a bit of a mix. They weren't harming anyone. I just wanted to have a bit of fun with them. Here's some other ones. They're firing out flares from the car. LSIA once again. Do you want a money drop? Then just go over to LSIA. This modders are 24/7. I quite like this. I quite like the flares. It was making a nice effect during the night, and that is obviously what they wanted. So I enjoyed that. So I kind of just drove at them. I just wanted to friendly smash into the car. I didn't want to kill them or anything, I don't think, because I'm not shooting at them, so I don't think that was my intention to engage them in battle, because I knew what was going to happen. There we go. Explosive rounds, yet again, multiple explosive rounds. If it's a high frequency explosive rounds, you just know it's a modder. Oh no, this is the one of those occasions. I've tried this chat crew a couple of times, and it's ended exactly the same as this. Now I always complain about English Dave, but for once I thought I'd get rid of him, shut him up. I'll go and get his bloody chakra stones for once. Now, if you have epilepsy, then stop watching right now because there's going to be a bit of flashing going on. Okay, so English Dave, if you complete all of his missions, you get a funky, horrible Volkswagen Beetle. But I didn't get to complete the chakras because of this, the flashing lights of doom. And I did start the mission, I shot the dudes up, uh, but it just crashed out. Could not do anything, had to find a new session. Another example of modders ruining it for everyone. I don't mind God mode immunity if they keep themselves to themselves. Here's another one that I didn't mind too much. I was just went to see what these guys were up to, and this modder attached himself to my plane, so I decided to attack his little friend that was down there. I wasn't sure what. I was just doing flybys to begin with, so I thought, yeah, that'll sort him out. But I don't know what is that. It's like he's just attached to the back of the plane, getting apparently beaten up by my plane. I don't know what that does, but yeah. Oh, here's another one. This is immunity. And this is a helicopter that I'm flying at. It's that rubbish helicopter. I think it's the Maverick or something like that. This guy had just griefed me and blown up my what is it? The motorbike gang business. So cargo griefer. So he was trying to ruin the session for everybody and just trying to make people miserable, really. But in fairness, he didn't crash everybody else's session while he was doing it, so it was just basic griefing and immunity. So it was marginal over what effect that has on everybody. I think it's the other ones that need to get addressed a bit more first as a priority of issues. Here we are, LSIA again, so can you guess what it is? It's probably some form of immunity and explosive machine guns. So there he is. Oh, that's a proper explosive, that, isn't it? Nice. He's just like raining a hell upon us. That's not even an explosive cannon, is it? That is something special. Doesn't blow himself up, and our cannon's shots are not enough to blow that person up. So I thought, you know what, I'll leave it, and my friends left the session because that's what happens. People tend to leave sessions when there's griefers. But I got my tank out, and I thought I'll have another go at these and see what occurs. There he goes. He's gone. He's had enough. Jake has gone home because he's had enough of this mucky nonsense. Yeah, sometimes when the griefers come in, you just know it's a bad omen, so it's time to go home. Obviously, for noobs, the best thing to do is not engage them, ignore them, leave them to it. If they kill you, just run away, find a new session. Best to normally find a new session, but sometimes I just find that each session you go into is so rammed full of modders. Other times you have lucky time and you just have some pretty cool people who aren't modding, just playing the game, being nice to each other, no griefing. So it's a real mix. If you have problems in a session, oh yeah, I got his mate there, nice one. Then just keep on finding other sessions. You will find a session which will work for you. Unfortunately, this kind of thing does happen, but these guys again, I think they were just at the airport and not bothering anyone, so there's no problem with this kind of thing. Just stay away from LSIA. Or at least away from the part of the airport where this kind of business is happening. And I think at this point, I just realised they're not doing a very good job at killing me, and I'm certainly not killing them. Especially, I think I only blew up his plane, the other guy. I don't think I killed him. So it was time to bug out, go home, and find another hobby. And finally, just to show you that not all modders are baddies, here's one that took me for a ride around the island in record time in this super fast car. You can see the registration plate, it's reading the speed. It's between 400 odd and 500 kilometers per hour. So they're not all baddies, sometimes they just have a bit of a laugh. and enjoy themselves and accidentally crash their sessions. But it would be better to not have any modding at all. But I think there are certain varieties of modding which do cause crashes and ruin everyone's day more than others. And there are the griefers as well that use modding, like in God mode, to harm people and to be invulnerable. And they're kind of just children that need to grow up, really. But it's a bit of a mix. On PC, there are modders in just about every session, but they don't always cause you trouble. So just keep jumping sessions to find a good one. But if you have found this entertaining or useful, then do like, subscribe, and give us a comment. So, how do you think this joyride ended?